Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on a save and load system for gameplay abilities. So here my character now starts with nothing, and here from this chest I can collect all this gear. All these items are handled through separate gears, separate gameplay abilities, collect gameplay abilities. And so now if I press home button, you see in here character saved. So all the abilities granted to this character is saved now. Then if I stop the game and load the game, now you see my character starts with all those gear items. So that means I have saved all the gameplay abilities which handles characters granted items and abilities, of course, like attack abilities. So I have saved them into a save object and I have restored them when I play the game again and load the character data. Alright, so that's what we are going to work on today. How to save and load gameplay abilities. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done from the Patreon page. To the date there are over 2000 videos, and for each video project files are accessible. And this is a part of this action RPG with gameplay ability system series, so feel free to check it out all other episodes as well. I'll leave the link to the full playlist in the description below. And let's get back to today's tutorial. Right, so this is my player character. I have set it to auto process, and if right now if I play the game, my character already has some of these equipments, gloves, all those things, and they are actually coming from this default weapons, and also I have some default abilities that I have given to the character as well. So if I open up the character blueprint, here you can see default abilities, a lot of these, and also default weapons. So now what I want to do is implement in a save and load system for the character. So for that, ideally this is what needs to happen. Here let me remove these default weapons. These are actually gameplay abilities, so this is actually a way to save and load gameplay abilities granted to a character. So let me remove them all, and then if I play, as you can see, character spawns with nothing, no weapons, no armor. But if I collect, here you can see now my character has these weapons collected already. And if I stop the game and run the game again, as you can see, still we don't have anything. So what I want to do is implement in a way to so here I need a way to save the game and then stop and load. Then I should have those items that I already had. Alright, so to do that, first I need to determine how to get all the abilities that we have given to the character. So for now I'm not gonna think about any replication or any other things. I just want to figure out how to get granted abilities, a list of granted abilities, and how to save them and how to load them. That's all I'm worried about for now. So to test this, here let's say I'll use, well, I'll implement a first I'll implement an input action for quick save. Here input actions, use input action by a quick save. then I am say default. Let me add quick save here, and as the key for now I'll use home key for no reason, because I can't use F5 in the engine. It has, or it already has some the shortcuts assigned in the editor, within the editor. Okay, now here let's use this base character, and oh, this is player. Let's go to the base here. Quick save. Quick save. Okay, and here I'll use started. No. Oh, now how do I get a list of granted abilities? So for that, here we can use this get all abilities. Now what this returns is, let me collapse this. So this returns an array of ability spec handler structure. So let me just run a for each loop, and so here we can't break this. So get a gameplay ability from a spec handler. Okay, and here I'll connect the ability system component. Right, and then now we have a reference to the ability. Let's just print just to see if we get an actual value here. Well, we should, of course, but let's just print it. And oh yeah, see, you see a list of abilities, but there's one thing I noticed. Let me increase the duration of this. Here, let me print again. We have everything, GA, AOE, radial, weight, but I don't really see any of this. Well, actually this is all I have right now. Okay, let me, those are actually the default abilities that I have. So let me go here, add, and now print. Okay, now we have collect leg gamma, collect sword. Alright, now we have these abilities. So right, and the next step is how to save them. For that, so what should we save? From here, if I try to save this gameplay ability specs, next time when I want to grant the ability, I don't think I can use this, because this is a gameplay ability object reference. So usually objects are not serializable to save, as I understand. And here grant. So in order to grant an ability, give ability, we need a class reference, and class references are, we can save them without any problem. So here get class. Right, I can save this into a save game object. So let's define a save game object now. Yeah, let's put it for now under game mode, but no, save game. Okay, print class, save game. This here we have this local player save game as well. I'll just use the default one, save game. Let's call it SV character. Okay, now as I said, I want to save these class references of the abilities. So how do we do that? Oh, here I'll add abilities, gameplay ability class, and I'll turn this into an array. Right now here I'll convert this to a function, save a character data, right? And then so in order to save, we need to create save game object, and here we can use this SV character class. Here, do it here, and then set abilities. Now this is an array, so I'll promote this as a local variable, so we have something locally that we can keep pushing these abilities. So granted abilities. Right now here I'll get a reference at unique, maybe not necessary to have unique, but I'll just use that. Now add all the abilities into this array and then put it in the abilities variable of the save game object, and then I can save game to slot. It was just to make it a bit clean. Okay. Oh, slot. Let's promote this to a variable, character, no, save slot. I'll call it SV character. Alright, so you need to make sure that we are only calling this for one character. So for now I'm only trying to use this for this player, so it should be fine, and I'm only going to test this with the player. Alright, now we have a way to save this. Now the next step is loading it. So how do we do that? First let's check here. Collect and press home. That should save the game, but to confirm that, let's go into the game folder under saved, save games. Here now we have this, you can see the timestamp. So let me delete that, and here also I'll add a print character saved. Okay, wait for 10 seconds in red. Right now here okay, press home. Now you got character saved. All right, and even if I load again, you see we don't have anything because we are not loading. So to load, let's see, here in the begin play where I grant default abilities, here this is where I grant default abilities and default weapons. So I'll collapse this to a function, load character data, and inside this all we do is just load in default abilities and default weapons. Now before that, let me break this. Contains no save. Does save game exist? Let's use this and use the name save slot. Here if we don't have a save game slot, I'll just grant default abilities and default weapons. Now if we do have, I'll load game from slot and use this slot name. And so here, in order to actually restore abilities, we need to access these abilities. But for that, this is coming as a save game object which does not have this ability variable. So I'll cast this to a sweet character, right? And then get abilities. Now I can access abilities. So from here we can run a for each loop, and then I can call give ability using this class reference. Okay, now here, now let's see. Now if I press home, character saved, and alright, collect them all, press home, character saved again, stop and play. Now you don't see anything, but I'm sure that my character has all the abilities, but it's not just showing up because the only way to see that is through the items that attach to the character. Just to see if everything is here, let me just print the ability name when I load. Now we should see a list of abilities. See, we do, and it's big. I think it's there for multiple times. All right. No, actually what happens is this loading happens for other characters in the level as well, because I didn't do any didn't distinguish that. So maybe we can use is player we can either use is player controlled branch? If yes, we can check. Otherwise, if not, we can give the default abilities. Now we shouldn't see that long list. Yeah, now this is only for our player, as you see here. And we do have all the abilities, but still they don't appear because I haven't activated any of them. And in order to see the armor and weapons on the character, I need to activate them. So for example, here, sword, I need to give and activate this collect sword ability in order to see that on the character. But those are not all the kinds of abilities we have here. If I activate every ability, we have take down death ability as well, which should not be activated when we load the game. But the collect sword, this 𝐂𝐴 collect sword, is the parent ability of all the item collecting abilities. So therefore we can use that to restore our state. That means here, let's cast to the collect sword class, because all the childs of this class can be casted into this. So if that is the case, if this fails, I'll just give the ability. If this is true, I'll use this, give ability, and activate once. Right. Well, not necessary to use this. Can use this reference as well. Right, now here we go. Now we have on the character all the gear that the character has. Okay, great. So yeah, that's all I want to do in this episode. Now there are things that we need to consider in future, because here we have this inventory system. If I have more than one weapon, then I should be able to I can actually change them. And yeah, no, so I can actually change them and do all these things, and we need to consider that as well, but I will leave that for another episode. Okay, so thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in another episode. Goodbye.